Have you ever wondered why people seem drawn to you, even when you are not trying? Or why your presence stirs something in others, be it admiration, curiosity, or even discomfort? It's as if you are carrying a secret power that sets you apart, even if you don't fully see it yet. What if I told you these are not just random occurrences, but signs of something deeper? Being chosen isn't about perfection or privilege, it's about purpose. It's about carrying a unique energy that lights the way for others, often without you realizing it. Yet, this path isn't always smooth. It comes with its own set of challenges, misunderstandings, and even envy from those who sense your potential before you do. The truth? These moments are clues, revealing that you are walking a path meant for something greater. In this video, we're diving deep into 8 powerful signs that confirm you are secretly a chosen one. From the subtle ways strangers react to your presence to the undeniable impact you have on those around you, each sign paints a clearer picture of your unique role in this world. You'll not only learn to recognize these signs, but also understand how to harness them to fulfill your purpose. This journey will challenge how you see yourself and the world around you. So, if you've ever felt different or wondered why your life seems to pull you in unexpected directions, stick around. You might just discover that these quirks, struggles, and triumphs are all part of a greater calling yours. Are you ready to uncover what makes you stand out in ways you've never imagined? Let's get started. Have you ever walked into a room and sensed the tension rising without uttering a word? It's as if your presence alone flips a switch in people's minds. Often, this unexplainable dislike has little to do with what you've said or done. Instead, it's your confidence and energy that silently challenge others' insecurities. It's human nature to feel threatened by what we don't fully understand or by someone who stands out so boldly. Ironically, this response is a reflection of their own fears, not your flaws. Think of a time you shared an achievement only to be met with awkward smiles or dismissive comments. It stings, doesn't it? But remember, your success is a mirror that forces others to confront their unfulfilled potential. It's not your responsibility to shrink so they feel bigger. Instead, stand tall, knowing that every great figure in history, from Buddha to modern-day trailblazers, faced similar reactions. It's simply a sign of your impact. This phenomenon is common in both professional and personal spheres. Let's say you are at work, proposing an idea that could increase team efficiency. Suddenly, a coworker shuts it down with subtle hostility. Is it the idea they dislike, or is it that your initiative highlights their lack of effort? Most likely, it's the latter. Learning to differentiate between genuine criticism and envy cloaked as feedback is a skill worth mastering. The more you thrive, the more this dislike manifests subtly. People might make snide remarks about your choices or even spread rumors. It can be painful, but think of it as a strange kind of compliment. After all, no one envies mediocrity. Like a lotus rising through muddy waters, a powerful symbol in Buddhism, your journey toward abundance and prosperity is bound to ruffle a few feathers, and that's okay. One way to navigate this is by practicing detachment. Instead of reacting emotionally, observe their behavior with curiosity. Ask yourself, what insecurity might this reflect? This shift in perspective not only spares your peace, but also reinforces your spiritual growth. Remember, a calm mind is a wealthy mind both spiritually and materially. Even amidst the negativity, allies will emerge. These are the ones who see your light without feeling overshadowed by it. Treasure these connections. They're rare but invaluable. When you operate from a place of authenticity and purpose, the right people naturally gravitate toward you. The key is to focus on your path, not the noise around it. This unexplainable dislike isn't the end of the story. In fact, it's just the beginning of understanding how your magnetic energy influences those around you. Let's delve into another intriguing sign of your unique presence, the excessive staring that seems to follow you wherever you go. Have you ever felt like someone's eyes were glued to you, even in a crowded room? It's not just your imagination. that lingering gaze often stems from something deeper, your magnetic presence. When you carry a unique aura of confidence and purpose, it's like a beacon that draws attention. People stare not out of malice, but because they're subconsciously captivated by something they can't quite put into words. Imagine walking into a coffee shop. You are simply ordering a latte, yet you catch a stranger looking at you from across the room. It's not the outfit you are wearing, or the way you styled your hair, it's your energy. Just as the Buddha's calm and radiant demeanor attracted followers, your own energy leaves people in silent awe. They may not even realize why they're so drawn to you. This attention can be flattering, but it can also feel overwhelming. You might wonder, why do they keep looking at me? The truth is, your spiritual alignment and sense of purpose set you apart. It's like having a spotlight on you, even when you are trying to blend in. But rather than feeling self-conscious, embrace this as a sign of your uniqueness. Not everyone has that effect on others. Interestingly, this excessive staring often sparks curiosity. People might approach you with questions about your habits or lifestyle, eager to uncover the secret to your confidence. For instance, someone might ask how you maintain such a calm demeanor under pressure. These moments are golden opportunities to share your perspective on spirituality, prosperity, and the inner wealth that fuels your outer glow. However, not all stares come from admiration. Some people may scrutinize you out of envy or confusion. They're drawn to your light but unsure how to handle it. A quick example. Think of celebrities who command attention wherever they go. While many adore them, others judge them harshly. The same dynamic applies to you on a smaller scale. Your radiance both inspires and unsettles. One way to handle this is by grounding yourself in mindfulness. The next time you notice someone staring, take a deep breath and smile inwardly. This simple act shifts your focus from external judgment to internal peace. It also signals to others that you are comfortable in your skin, which only amplifies your magnetic presence. The world's fascination with you doesn't stop at a glance. It deepens as people start to observe your actions, your style, and even your words. Let's explore the next layer of this phenomenon, how others begin to imitate you, often without even realizing it. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but it can feel a little strange when someone starts mirroring your every move. From the way you dress to the ideas you share, people often mimic what resonates deeply with them. Why? Because your authenticity is magnetic, and they're drawn to the confidence and originality you exude. It's not just admiration, it's their way of trying to capture even a fraction of your essence. Picture this. A coworker suddenly adopts your work habits, or a friend begins using phrases you often say. At first, it might catch you off guard, but this isn't about them copying you to compete. Instead, it's about how your leadership naturally inspires others to align with higher standards. Think of it as a ripple effect. Your authenticity nudges others to be their best selves, even if they don't fully realize it. This tendency to imitate often starts with small, almost unnoticeable actions. Maybe a colleague starts dressing a bit sharper after seeing how you carry yourself with elegance, or someone at the gym starts following your workout routine. It's not coincidental. Your energy serves as a silent mentor, guiding others to adopt habits they believe will bring them closer to abundance, prosperity, or inner peace. Even spiritual figures like the Buddha witnessed this phenomenon. His teachings and way of life inspired countless followers to emulate his actions, from meditation practices to compassion in daily interactions. In your case, the imitation may not always be about spirituality. It could be about how you handle challenges, exude confidence, or radiate positivity in a chaotic world. Of course, this can sometimes create awkward situations. For instance, someone might take credit for an idea you originated or replicate your style without acknowledgement. It's easy to feel frustrated, but take a moment to reframe. Recognize that your influence is so profound that it's shaping others' lives. That's a testament to your power, not a diminishment of it. Instead of feeling annoyed, embrace this as a chance to lead by example. When others emulate you, they're essentially saying, "I see something in you that I want to cultivate within myself." This is where you can offer guidance, subtly or directly. For example, if a friend starts mirroring your healthy habits, share tips or resources that helped you along your journey. In doing so, you turn their imitation into a shared path of growth. Imitation is just the surface. Beneath it lies a deeper curiosity, a desire to understand what makes you tick, what fuels your distinct purpose. Let's dive into this next: how your unique mindset leaves people both confused and intrigued, prompting endless questions about your approach to life. When you live with clarity and purpose, it's like you are speaking a language others can't quite understand. People are often puzzled by your mindset, wondering how you remain so focused while they're distracted by life's noise. Their confusion isn't a reflection of you, it's their curiosity trying to make sense of what sets you apart. This intrigue often sparks questions, both direct and subtle, about how you approach life with such intention. Consider this: you are the type who turns challenges into stepping stones, while others see them as roadblocks. Naturally, they'll ask, "How do you stay so optimistic?" Or, "What's your secret to bouncing back?" These questions reveal more than mere interest. They're a sign that people recognize your unique perspective. Like Buddhism teaches, your calm and centered energy acts as a lighthouse in their stormy seas. This curiosity often appears in conversations where people try to figure you out. For example, someone might probe into your daily habits, asking why you meditate or how you prioritize your goals. Instead of brushing them off, use these moments to share insights. Mention how small practices, like journaling or daily affirmations, help you cultivate abundance and maintain your spiritual balance. These practical examples often resonate deeply. At times, this curiosity may feel invasive, especially when people seem skeptical or overly critical. A coworker might question why you take unconventional approaches at work, or a friend might tease you about your weird hobbies. But beneath their words lies fascination. They're grappling with the fact that your choices challenge their own way of thinking. Your mindset forces them to reevaluate their own beliefs about prosperity and fulfillment. The best way to handle this is with patience and grace. Remember, confusion is often the first step toward understanding. When someone asks, "Why are you so different?" it's an opportunity to plant seeds of inspiration. Perhaps share a story of how you overcame a personal setback, or how a book like Think and Grow Rich reshaped your perspective. These anecdotes create connections and open doors for deeper conversations. Interestingly, this curiosity isn't just about what you do, it's also about who you are. People sense an inner wealth in you, a prosperity that isn't tied to material possessions, but to a deeper spiritual abundance. This is what leaves them so intrigued. They may not fully grasp it, but they can't deny its presence. It's like trying to describe a melody you can't get out of your head. It's intangible, but unforgettable. As this curiosity grows, so does the way people interact with you. For some, your energy triggers self-reflection, while for others, it sparks a sense of awe. But here is another reaction you might notice: a nervousness. Let's explore why your presence sometimes makes others uneasy and what it reveals about your powerful energy. Have you ever noticed someone fidgeting or avoiding eye contact when you enter the room? It's not your imagination. Your strong energy has a way of unsettling those around you, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your presence prompts a level of introspection they may not be ready for. When people sense confidence and purpose, it's like a mirror reflecting their own insecurities. Imagine being in a meeting where your ideas flow effortlessly, and others stumble over their words. It's not arrogance, it's alignment. Your clarity can leave people feeling exposed, highlighting areas in their lives they've neglected. This nervousness might show up as stammering, rushed conversations, or even an awkward silence. It's their subconscious response to the quiet power you carry. Interestingly, this dynamic often happens with those who are naturally drawn to your energy. For instance, a friend might admire your spiritual practices, yet feel intimidated by your discipline. They'll ask questions like, "How do you stay so consistent?" while nervously shifting in their seat. This reaction isn't about discomfort with you, it's about their internal dialogue. They're grappling with a gap between where they are and where they want to be. A great way to ease this tension is by practicing humility and empathy. Let's say someone at work seems nervous during a discussion you are leading. Instead of pushing through with your ideas, pause to ask for their input. This small gesture shows that your energy, while strong, is inclusive. It allows others to feel seen, balancing the dynamic and helping them relax. In some cases, nervousness stems from fear of judgment. People may assume that someone as confident as you has high expectations. For example, a new acquaintance might hesitate to share their struggles, thinking you wouldn't relate. But sharing your own moments of vulnerability can break this barrier. Mention how you face setbacks and what you've learned. It's a reminder that even those who radiate prosperity and confidence are human. This nervous energy isn't always negative. In fact, it often signals respect and admiration. Think of how people react when they meet someone they deeply admire, a mix of excitement and unease. The same happens when people encounter your unique energy. Whether they can articulate it or not, they recognize that you are operating on a higher frequency. This heightened awareness of your presence often shifts the dynamic in relationships. Some may seek distance, unable to handle the intensity, while others lean in closer, looking for guidance and validation. Let's dive into this next: why people so often seek your approval and how it shapes your interactions.
It's almost uncanny how often people turn to you for approval or advice. Whether it's a simple, "What do you think of this?" or a heartfelt request for guidance, your opinion carries weight. People see you as a reliable source of wisdom, someone whose perspective they can trust. This isn't by accident, it's a testament to the strength of your energy, your clarity of thought, and your ability to lead by example. Think about that friend who always asks for your opinion before making decisions, from what they should wear to how they should approach a tricky situation. They're not just asking for advice, they're seeking a sense of security that comes from your validation. Like the teachings of Buddhism, your balanced and grounded nature provides others with the reassurance they crave, even if they don't realize it. In professional settings, this tendency can be even more pronounced. Colleagues might repeatedly seek your input on projects or strategies, drawn to your calm and decisive demeanor. While this can feel flattering, it can also be a bit overwhelming. After all, you have your own path to walk. A great way to handle this is by encouraging others to trust their instincts. Instead of giving them answers, ask questions that guide them to their own conclusions. This desire for validation often stems from people recognizing the prosperity and abundance you embody, not just financially, but spiritually and emotionally. They see you as someone who has figured it out, even if you are still on your own journey. Sharing the tools and habits that have helped you, such as meditation or visualization techniques, can be a powerful way to support them without feeling drained. Of course, seeking validation isn't always about admiration. Sometimes it's driven by insecurity. For instance, someone might constantly ask, "Did I do this right?" Or, "What do you think of my idea?" because they're unsure of themselves. These moments call for compassion. Acknowledge their efforts and gently remind them of their own strengths. Over time, this can help them build the confidence they admire in you. One example of this dynamic in action is how leaders are often approached for advice, even outside their areas of expertise. Think of someone like the Buddha, whose teachings weren't confined to spirituality but extended to practical matters of life. Similarly, people may see you as a source of wisdom across various aspects of their lives, from relationships to career choices. This constant pull for your guidance reflects your influence, but it also reveals a deeper truth. People are drawn to your light not just for answers, but for the sense of hope and possibility you inspire. Yet not everyone approaches with pure intentions. Some focus not on your successes, but on your failures. Let's uncover why your setbacks often become a point of obsession for others.
When you shine brightly, it's inevitable that some people will focus on the shadows, your failures, setbacks, or missteps. It's not because they truly care about your struggles. It's because your strength makes them question their own. Highlighting your moments of vulnerability allows them to feel better about their shortcomings. Ironically, this obsession with your failures only underscores the impact you have on them. Imagine someone pointing out a mistake you made years ago, almost gleefully. They might dwell on the time you launched a project that didn't take off or recall a moment when you didn't meet your usual high standards. While this can feel frustrating, recognize it for what it is, a defense mechanism. People often focus on others' perceived flaws to avoid confronting their own insecurities. But here is the kicker: your failures often carry more lessons than your successes. For example, if you once struggled to manage your finances but later achieved prosperity, that story becomes a powerful testament to resilience. Sharing how you turned those moments around can inspire others to reframe their setbacks as opportunities for growth. Your failures, in this sense, become a gift rather than a liability. This dynamic isn't new. Even great spiritual leaders like the Buddha faced criticism and scrutiny. His journey of enlightenment didn't shield him from judgment. Instead, it made his teachings even more profound. Similarly, when people scrutinize your struggles, they're inadvertently amplifying your humanity, making your eventual triumphs even more relatable and inspiring. Sometimes, the obsession with your failures goes beyond personal judgment and ventures into gossip. A coworker might exaggerate a minor mistake, or a distant acquaintance might speculate about your private life. It's tempting to set the record straight, but your energy is better spent elsewhere. Rise above the noise and let your actions speak louder than any rumors. It's worth remembering that this fixation isn't always negative. For some, your failures are a source of fascination because they show you are not invincible, you are real. This realization creates a deeper connection, as people see that even those who embody abundance and confidence face challenges. Your ability to bounce back from setbacks becomes a roadmap for those still navigating their own struggles. The real takeaway? People's obsession with your failures reveals their deep investment in your story, whether they admit it or not. And as they analyze your lows, they can't help but notice your highs, which leads to an undeniable truth. You are someone they admire, even if they won't say it outright. This sets the stage for another fascinating aspect of your presence: how you become a magnet for guidance and trust.
Some people seem to have a natural pull, a gravitational force that draws others in during moments of uncertainty. That's you. Whether it's a friend seeking advice on relationships or a colleague unsure about their next career move, people instinctively turn to you for guidance. It's not just about the answers you provide, it's about the energy you exude of wisdom, balance, and quiet strength. Think about it. How often do you find yourself in deep conversations where someone says, "I don't know why, but I feel like I can tell you anything"? This isn't a coincidence. Your ability to listen without judgment creates a safe space for others. Like the Buddhist teachings, your presence offers clarity and perspective, helping people navigate life's complexities with a little more ease. This magnetism isn't something you can turn off, it's part of who you are. Even in casual settings, people will share their challenges or ask for your perspective. For example, a neighbor might suddenly open up about their financial struggles, hoping for your advice on creating prosperity. These moments aren't burdens, they're opportunities to uplift others, often with just a few kind words or practical suggestions. One of the reasons people seek you out is your ability to offer solutions that are both spiritual and grounded. Imagine someone struggling with self-doubt. Instead of giving them a generic pep talk, you might suggest a simple mindfulness practice, like starting their day with gratitude or journaling. These small, actionable steps often create profound shifts, leaving people feeling empowered and hopeful. Of course, being a magnet for guidance comes with its challenges. Some may lean on you too heavily, expecting you to solve their problems or make decisions for them. It's important to set boundaries while still offering support. Encourage people to trust their own instincts, reminding them that true growth comes from within. A gentle nudge in the right direction is often all they need. This dynamic reflects a deeper truth about your role in others' lives. You are not just a guide, you are an example. People see the way you live with intention, balance, and abundance, and they want to emulate it. Your life becomes a silent lesson in how to achieve both spiritual and material wealth without compromising authenticity. As this guidance shapes the lives of those around you, it inevitably inspires admiration and influence. Let's explore how your presence transforms the way others think, act, and grow.
Your influence isn't just about what you say, it's about how you live. People admire you not because you demand it, but because you embody qualities they aspire to have: authenticity, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. It's the way you handle challenges with grace and celebrate success without arrogance. Like a ripple in still water, your actions create waves that inspire those around you. Take a moment to think about someone who quietly starts adopting your habits, whether it's your mindfulness routine, your commitment to personal growth, or even your financial strategies. They might not openly admit it, but they're watching and learning. This silent admiration is one of the strongest forms of influence. It's not about words, it's about leading by example. In professional spaces, this influence often translates into leadership. You might notice that your ideas are not just heard, but implemented. Colleagues look to you as a source of innovation and clarity. It's not uncommon for others to mirror your approach to problem solving or adopt your mindset of abundance and prosperity. Your energy becomes the standard others strive to reach. This influence extends beyond close circles. Even strangers feel it. Ever had someone approach you after a public talk or an online post saying, "Your words changed the way I think"? That's the power of living with intention. When you align your life with spiritual and material growth, your presence resonates on a frequency that others can't ignore. But with admiration comes responsibility. People look to you for guidance, and that can feel like a heavy load. Remember, though, that true influence doesn't come from doing everything for others, it comes from empowering them to take charge of their own lives. Encourage them to embrace practices that foster both spirituality and wealth, like meditation, goal setting, or acts of kindness. One of the most rewarding aspects of this dynamic is seeing how your influence transforms others. A friend who once struggled with self-doubt starts speaking with confidence. A coworker overwhelmed by chaos becomes more organized after adopting your habits. These moments are not just affirmations of your impact, they're reminders of the ripple effect of living with purpose. Your life is a testament to what's possible when spirituality and prosperity go hand in hand. As others mirror your actions, values, and mindset, they not only admire you but also strive to become the best versions of themselves. And as their growth unfolds, your journey continues, creating a cycle of inspiration that never ends. As you reflect on the signs of being a chosen one, consider how they've already played out in your life. From the way people are drawn to you for guidance to the subtle energy shifts that accompany your presence, you've always been more than you may have realized. It's time to embrace the power that lies within you and step into your true purpose. Think about the moments when you've inspired others, even when you didn't try. What if these small ripples of influence were only the beginning? Ask yourself, how can you use your unique gifts to impact the world in even bigger ways? The path ahead is full of possibility, and it's yours for the taking. Remember, your journey isn't about achieving perfection, it's about embracing your authenticity and helping others see the greatness within themselves. As you continue to grow, you'll notice more signs pointing to the fact that you are indeed meant for something extraordinary. Trust in this process, and know that your presence in this world is no accident. If you felt a shift in your perspective today, I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. What signs have you noticed in your life? Let's start a conversation and inspire each other. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more powerful insights to help you along your journey. This is just the beginning. Stay tuned for more.